prison wall, I heard a young girl calling, Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now the prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we were.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Talk of the Town. My name is Brian Kelly and we have a fabulous show for you today. I have a person here beside me that a lot of you have heard of, many of you have seen her perform, but there are some of you who just don't know the story behind the performer. And that's what we're hoping to get out today. So I have with me today Pauline Wells. Pauline, welcome to Talk of the Town. And Larry Flint.
Brian?
Larry Flint?
Yes.
Okay. I never heard that name before. Well, it sounds familiar, but anyway. So we have Larry Flint here in the Milton Studios with Pauline Wells. And we're going to talk a little bit about Pauline's career as a singer. Now, before I get into that, Pauline, you're a police officer in Cambridge, Massachusetts? Is that true?
Yes, I am.
But you're also a singer.
I am.
And you have a band? Are you a part of a band?
Well,
how does this work?
Well, Devri is the name of the band.
Devri, okay.
And they are actually a band unto themselves.
Ah, okay.
And when I put a show on, they're the band that comes with me and helps me.
Devri, is there a meaning to Devri behind the word Devri? What does Devri mean? Larry, is that a question for you? So are you the founder of the band?
No, I'm not. The founder is Declan Houghton.
Okay.
But it was basically a band called Declan and Friends, and then Declan and Kevin, and the pub owner said we need something a little more sparkly than that. So they took the D from Declan and the EV from Kevin, and then Jerry Murphy took the R-Y and Larry R-Y, but the Y turned into an I. So it's a totally made-up name.
Sure, except you have the E, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
So why don't you name the members of the band, the Devri band, because they're not all here. You mentioned some of them. What are they named?
Declan Houghton.
He's the founder.
Founder, lead singer, and leader.
Okay.
Myself, Larry Flint, I play bass, and Chuck Parrish plays guitar.
Okay.
And Stevie O'Callahan plays the drums.
Okay.
And very often we play with Martin McPhillamy, who's a piano player, and also
Caroline.
O'Shea. Sorry, Caroline.
And is she from Milton?
She's from
Yes,
Milton.
she is.
Caroline or
O'Shea.
Caroline O'Shea, playing whistles. Yeah.
Oh, playing whistles. Okay.
She's fabulous.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I have to go and see one of these concerts, so I'll know, right?
Well, there's
you
one
haven't
coming
been?
up.
No.
Thank you, Larry. There's one coming up that you can see.
Matter of fact, why don't you tell the folks about what's coming up? What's going on? A Celtic? It's Celtic, right?
A Celtic Crossing, yes. This will be our sixth show.
Okay.
We did skip one year, but what it is basically we pick a charity. How it began was I decided I wanted to ride the Pan Mass Challenge. Okay. Which is a 192-mile bike ride that they do the first weekend in August every year.
Right.
And it raises money for Dana-Farber cancer, pretty much. And in order to ride in it, you have to raise
a lot of money.
A lot of money. So I like to do the 2-day ride, so that's more money. So we decided, we tried to come up with a way to, instead of just the regular way of fundraising, we decided to come up with a show that people would enjoy and that they would pay to come to, and they would get something for their money. Not, obviously they're giving money and doing a wonderful thing by giving to a charity, but they're also getting a show in return that they hopefully enjoy very much.
That was a great idea.
Yeah.
So that was the first Celtic Crossing?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then let's back up. Well, before we do that, we have a show. You have a show coming up when?
March 2nd.
In
Norwood Theater.
That's a remodeled old theater, I hear?
Yes, it was actually built in 1927.
Okay.
And the last 2 years it's been under construction, and it's completely remodeled. It's beautiful. It's in Norwood Center.
Okay.
And that's going to be Saturday night, 7:30, and we have a great lineup
Well, what's the lineup?
Well, what we're going to have is, when we do it March 2nd or the last weekend in February usually, because we want to start the St. Patrick's Day season with a bang. So we want to be right out of the gate, you know, and get everybody ready for St. Patrick's Day. So what we have is we have the Coltis from Boston, which is a group of people who play traditional Irish music. Okay. And the reason that we're going to have the Coltis is because Larry Reynolds, who was a very famous master fiddle player, I'm sure he died in October, and he was a major influence in the Boston area as far as traditional Irish music. So everybody knew Larry Reynolds, and it was a great loss to the community. So he was part of the Coltis.
Oh, he was part of that group.
He was. So we're going to have them come in and do a little bit of what they do, the traditional Irish music.
A little tribute to Larry.
A tribute to Larry.
Oh, nice.
And we're hoping
you should have a good crowd, because
I think so.
He had a pretty big funeral from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, very big. And we're hoping his son Michael will be there. We're not sure if he's going to be able to make it, but he's also part of the Coltis, and he's a master box player.
What kind of
box? Accordion.
Box player.
Button accordion.
Button accordion.
I knew that. Folks, you knew that. He's a box player. No
you play the box.
Okay.
But he's a wonderful man, master player, and most of the people in the Coltis are quite good. Caroline O'Shea, she's in the Coltis, and so we're going to start it out with some traditional Irish music, which I think people will thoroughly enjoy. Okay. We might have some Irish step dancing in there as well to help the Coltis out. Okay. A little tribute to Larry. Okay. And then we're also going to have a master fiddle player who's going to come in and join us with some tunes. His name is Patsy Whalen, well known in the Boston area. He's from Dublin. He lives now in the Cape, but he's very well known in the Boston area. Great guy, great fiddle player, and he's going to join us as well to help us out with our music. What else do we have, Larry?
He's actually assistant harbor master, I believe, in Wellfleet. Patsy Whalen is, during the summer, yes.
Yeah, so he's...
But also, Devri is going to be performing with Pauline Wells.
Oh, we forgot about that part. And Pauline will be playing, too. We'll sing it. Okay.
I was trying to go down the line. Yes. Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Devri is an amazing band. Okay. They are. They're masterful musicians.
Did he just give you $20 to say that?
No, he didn't. Believe me. When a lot of times when you hear about bands, you hear about some infighting, and you hear, there's people with egos, and that is non-existent in this band. Okay. They play for the love of playing music, and you.
That's because you pay them so much.
You did. You dance for the love of dancing.
I'm sorry, go ahead. What?
They don't.
They play for the love of music.
They play for the love of music. They donate their time to all these endeavors. All these charitable endeavors that we do, and I can't say enough about. And they do everything. They do weddings, they do private functions, they do all different types of music, not just Irish music. 'Tis the season, to stick around with the Irish music. But Chuck Parrish, if you come to the show on March 2nd at 7:30.
And where is it? Norwood?
It's in Norwood at the theater.
I'll meet these people. Okay.
But Chuck Parrish, you have to hear him play the guitar, the electric guitar. It's just
fabulous.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
He's an amazing player.
So you really put together, it's a show.
It's a show,
just,
that's right.
You really put it's a big deal.
It is.
I mean, in the past you've had the Boston Police Pipers there. Is that part of the, was that part of the Celtic Crossing? Was that part of it too?
Yes, and they're going to be there too.
Oh, they're going to be
I didn't get to that yet, yeah. The Gaelic Column's going to be there as well. And
how many hours is this show? I mean, I might be too tired.
Brian, it's going to be so good, I suggest you bring some oxygen.
Wow, okay.
And bring lots of people to help you stand up after the show.
Yes.
Oh, it sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
It's going to be a really good show. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention this other. Everybody knows about the Newtown tragedy.
If they don't.
And, even trying to talk about it now is difficult to do. But we're going to do...
Especially when you have young children.
Yes. I mean, to me, I think when that happened, it almost hit me like 9/11 did. It was that, smash it right in the face, So we're going to do a little tribute to to Newtown, yeah. And so that'll be good as well. And I won't cry.
Oh, it's gonna be,
I do it.
You're giving me goosebumps
I know,
already. It's going to be an emotional night, isn't it?
That's awful. I got to practice it like a million times and do all the crying, and then I'll be all right.
Well, tell the folks, we like to get the story behind the story. How did Pauline Wells end up a performer? I've heard some parts of the story, but I need you to tell. I need to hear from you.
Of course, Richard's my husband, in case you don't know.
She's talking about Richard Wells, the chief of police in Milton, and so...
He's going to kill me for telling the story wrong, I know, but...
Well, Merle Haggard started in the prison band. Have you got anything like that? No?
Well, when I met Richard, I sang in the choir when I was a kid. That's about, just like everybody else did, back then. But when I met Richard, and I'm going to tell this wrong, but I'm going to tell my version of what I think happened.
It's right from your version.
That's right. How I perceived it.
There you go.
It actually started in Ireland. He, for whatever, I forget why I wanted to sing, but it started in Ireland, and we were on a trip with the Gaelic column. And
he plays the...
He does. He plays the bass drum in the Gaelic column, and he's been with them for a good 20 years now. So we went on a trip with them to Ireland, and if you've ever been to Ireland, everybody over there sings.
Okay.
And they all know the words to every song known to man. So if you get into a pub, everybody starts singing. One person will get up and sing a song, and then the next person will get up and sing a song.
Sounds like fun.
It's a great time. But then they'll look into the Americans, okay, your turn. And, everybody's sitting there, all right, you sing. And...
Not me.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I started to...
You were like the bottom person. Like, everyone kept going, you, and then you were like, wait, what's this?
So, but what would happen is I would make everybody turn around. I wouldn't let them... I wouldn't let them look at me while I was singing.
Is that what we have to do in Norwood?
No,
Are you in the back of the auditorium?
No. Come a long way,
You won't
Brian.
have to turn around.
Okay.
But,
so, what did you sing?
The Fields of Athenry, I think, was the first song I really ever sang in public. Okay. And when Richard and I got married, I think I was singing, I forget what song it was, in his ear as we were dancing to one of our wedding songs. And that Christmas, he got me singing lessons for Christmas. So I started...
How many years ago was this?
This was 15 years ago. It'll be 15 years in July.
Okay.
And so I go to the Longy School of Music in Cambridge. I have a fabulous voice teacher. His name is Robert Honeysucker.
Was that the Christmas gift that kept... Was it a wedding gift or a Christmas gift?
Christmas gift.
The Christmas gift that keeps on giving?
Keeps
on
giving.
On the bill every year?
Oh, God, yeah.
And so you started going there?
Yeah, and I go there still.
And you love it?
And I love it.
All right, so, I mean, how did this...
Keep going.
Okay, so we're in the pub in Ireland. You start singing, and then, so... What happened? How did you team up with, how did it go with Devri, and you start singing with them? And
well, Richard, if he likes something, he thinks something should be happening, something should... So he liked the way I sang, so he thought that I should keep singing. Okay. So there was actually the NYPD Pipes and Drums were in town, and there was a battle of the pipe bands going on at the pub in Jamaica Plain.
Doyle's.
Doyle's, thank you.
Okay.
And
how they fit them all in there, I don't know.
I know.
They didn't need microphones.
No, they didn't. But Devri was there. They were the band playing that evening. And Richard had me go up and sing with Devri.
He said, hey, guys, she
like,
needs to sing. Back her up.
Who the heck is Pauline Wells? They're like...
Wasn't that Patty's Day?
It was around Patty's Day. It was around Patty's Day, yep. But that's kind of how we met these guys.
Yeah, you walked up on the stage and said, guys, back me up, I'm going to sing a song.
It was actually safer on stage than it was in the audience, because once the two pipe bands came in, there was just no room.
Oh, yeah.
They had to throw cans of Bud Light at us to the stage across this 50-yard gap.
Not that we were drinking, Brian,
at
all.
Yeah.
No.
People we knew were drinking.
I understand. So that kind of started kicking it off. So that was your kind of first really public standing up and singing with a backup band. Mm-hmm. And then how did you...
She made us turn around while she sang as well.
A
little embarrassing.
How did it
actually,
develop?
9/11 happened.
Okay, so 9/11 happened.
When 9/11 happened, a lot of people, whether it was a police organization or a private organization, were looking for anybody in uniform that could sing the national anthem. Pretty much.
Okay.
Anybody who could sing the national anthem.
And had you ever sung it?
I'm trying to think of when the first time. I don't remember the first time I sang the national anthem, but I cannot remember the first time. But I had sang it for graduations, like police graduations,
okay.
and people getting promoted and things like that. So then I was singing the national anthem everywhere. And that's how I ended up.
Was that kind of fun, though?
Yes.
I mean, it was sad because of why you're singing, but it had to be exciting to you.
It was very exciting.
So tell the folks all the places you sang.
Fenway Park.
Oh, is that all?
I did sing in Fenway Park.
Fenway Park.
I've also sung for Martha Coakley a few times when she got sworn in for Attorney General. Okay. The State House for different events at the State House.
Wilbur Theater.
The Wilbur Theater.
You put on a whole show at the Wilbur Theater, didn't you?
Yep, we do.
That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've had 3 Wilbur Theater shows.
Damn, that's all of them.
You did, Brian. What is up with that?
We're busy here at the studio.
Museum of our National Heritage.
Museum of National Heritage, yes. And actually, a few of the last ones that I've done, more recent ones, is Declan Houghton. He's actually from Donegal originally, and he was getting sworn in as a U.S. citizen this past May. And I called them up and I asked them if they would mind if I came in and sang the national anthem for the ceremony, and they were thrilled. I went in and surprised Declan, sang it at the ceremony. It was at Faneuil Hall, it's a
beautiful building.
Beautiful building, unbelievable place to sing.
Nice acoustics.
And you'll never see as many happy people in one place as you do when they're doing this.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Pure smiles no matter where you're looking. And after I did that one, they asked me several more times to do their swearing-ins. One was at the Garden. One was at the Garden. No, the Garden.
There's a Garden.
The Garden. And
have you ever played any small venues?
You're also leaving out Town Hall in 2011.
That's correct. Thank you, Larry. Town Hall in
New York City.
New York City for the 10th anniversary of 9/11.
For NYPD.
For NYPD.
How many people were there?
There was probably, I think, 3,000 people in the hall. And it wasn't the national anthem. What we did was a version of Auld Lang Syne, a different version. And it was...
I would only expect
that.
Pauline Wells version, right?
That's right. That's right. It's actually on YouTube.
Okay.
I would have to say, my favorite performance of bar none, including Fenway.
And how do we find it on YouTube? Where was some
I
of the
think
tags
if you
on
look
it?
under Pauline Wells, they actually spelled Devri wrong. It's Dervy or something. Okay. But it's Pauline Wells in New York.
In New York. Okay.
And it comes up. I'm in uniform.
Where?
In New York.
New York. I love it.
But I'm in uniform, and it's the sound, the people.
Now,
my
where
favorite.
were you born?
I was born here.
You were born here. And where is your family from? Newfoundland?
My father's from Newfoundland, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you know the Copeland Foundation? Did you know that Charles Copeland's wife was from Newfoundland?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not. Richard probably told me, but I don't remember. I have a very bad memory. He'll tell me
I believe that. I might have the story wrong too, but that's what I believe anyways. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks. Just write in to the show. So that's a great story. So, I mean, what did it feel like to be singing in front of these? When did you feel validated? You know what I mean? There's got to be a point where we all are insecure in some manner, and when someone says, "Oh, you're good," well, for Richard to say you're a good singer, well, he's in love with you, so, all right, Richard, yeah, but do you really believe him? When did you get the validation that maybe I'm pretty good, or have you not got that yet?
I don't think I've gotten it yet. Although that New York, I'm telling you, that was my absolute favorite. The sound in that theater was unbelievable. Most people don't know, but I'm deaf in this ear.
Huh?
Oh, no one's ever done that before.
Yeah, try to be original.
No one's, yeah. So sometimes Does he do this all the time?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
His own best audience.
Where was I now?
Dev?
Thank you. So a lot of times, depending on where
But you were
I am,
in New York.
yep,
So
I have a lot of trouble hearing myself. So in order to be able to sing on key, you need to be able to hear what you're singing. So that had to be the most pristine. For whatever reason, the crowd was absolutely silent, and it was just it was unbelievable.
So you could hear better than you
I
ever
could hear
did.
better than I could ever hear.
And
ever.
did that give you even more confidence as you
Absolutely.
belted it out? Because you just knew you were on the right
And
key.
absolutely, it came out. It couldn't have come out any better.
Wow.
Couldn't have come out any better.
Nice.
And during the song, and it's completely different from the regular version. And during the song, we had something that I read from, and it was about the relationship between New York and Boston, and how people think that we hate each other, and that's that couldn't be further from the truth. It's actually we're best friends.
Okay.
So.
I mean, the Red Sox and Yankees. I mean,
Right, I mentioned that.
It's a very profitable rivalry. Yeah.
But I mean, just think about 9/11. When that happened, we have friends that are police officers in New York, and we had people from here that went to New York because they needed it. So we went there. So that was my favorite of all time, and that I think validation happened then. If it happened at all, it happened then.
You felt better about yourself.
Absolutely,
At that point.
absolutely.
And then, how did the Celtic crossing grew? It grew. You did it. You raised money for your bike ride.
Yes.
Okay, and then you enjoyed it so much that you just started building on that. Is that what happened?
Yes, I mean.
And in a lot of the years, you've given a lot of money to different charities every year.
Yep. I mean, we've given to. I haven't actually wrote them down, so we wouldn't. So I wouldn't forget any. And we do it for cancer victims, obviously, from Dana-Farber and military veterans. We've done a Wilbur show on Veterans Day 2 years ago. 9/11 victims. We've also done concerts for the foster kids of Merrimack Valley. We've gone up to the Blue Ocean Music Hall and up in
Ames.
North. It's on the border of New Hampshire and Mass. I can't remember the city it's
Next
in.
to Amesbury.
Salisbury.
And
Salisbury,
Salisbury, thank you. And Cops for Kids with Cancer, that's one of our favorites. And that's what the March 2nd show, the proceeds from that are going to go to Cops for Kids with Cancer. And it's not, a lot of people think it's kids of cops who have cancer. That's not what it is.
Oh, it's not?
It's not.
That's what I was thinking.
No. It's a group of police officers that got together and decided to raise money to give to the families who have kids that have cancer. And it's kind of like they try to bridge the gap between, because when a child has cancer, a lot of times one of the parents has to leave a job or whatever, so they lose a lot of income. So they try to bridge that gap, and they give money for them to do whatever they need with it, whether it's get another apartment, buy groceries, pay for the heating bill, whatever it is. That's what they do it for.
They're not paying for medical expenses. They're trying to help the family stay a unit.
Exactly. Exactly.
Nice. Very nice.
That's one of my favorites.
And so,
Sir.
You went on, sir. So you called it, sir. Okay, so and it's grown. It's been quite a production, and you've had it at Milton High in the past.
Yep, we've had 5 of them at Milton High. Okay. This will be our 6th one, and it has grown in that we moved 3 times. We've gone to the Wilbur Theater, and the reason we wanted to do that is to kind of change up the venue, get different people from different parts of, because a lot of people from the North Shore don't know why they don't know where Milton is, but some people just don't know where Milton is, so it's hard to get.
I'm shocked. And most of our viewers are shocked, but
I never knew where it was until I met Richard.
This is the universe. Come on.
The problem is there's a road that goes there, but you can't drive through it most of the time.
So we decided to kind of change up the venue, and the Wilbur Theater is a beautiful, beautiful theater. It really is, and it's very cool. It's a very cool place. It's the oldest theater in the Boston area.
You going to play at the Wang Center someday?
The Wang, that's a very large theater.
That's why.
Only if you help me sell tickets.
Folks, we need you to get your tickets today. Speaking of that, where can they get their tickets? The Norwood Stage?
The Norwood Stage.
Is there a website? What's it called? Tell the folks.
Norwood Theater or the Norwood Stage. That one. The Norwood Stage. .com, I believe. Or if you look up the Norwood Theater, I'm sure you'd be able to find a link.
Okay.
And you could always call my house, 617-696-7172, and I have no problem finding tickets for you. And I will also wanted to mention, make sure I mention that, if you are from Milton and you don't feel like driving that night, we will have a bus.
Pick us up?
We'll have a bus from Milton.
Okay.
Take you to the Norwood Theater and back from the Norwood Theater after it's finished. Okay. All you have to do is email me, and if you get a pencil right now, I will give you the email address.
Okay, go ahead, give them the email address.
Or you can call the phone number. It's pcw622@ymail, the letter Y, mail.com.
Give it to them one more time.
PCW.
Like Patrick.
P is in Pauline. C is in Carter, which is my maiden name.
Wells.
W is in Wells. 622 is my birthday, at ymail.com.
All right, excellent. The time is flying, but I think we need to tell other people see a little bit more about all this stuff. So, Mr. Larry Flint, you play a little music too, right?
I do, yes.
You bring your instrument with you? Give us a little taste of what the Devri band sounds like. And what kind of music do you prefer? What is their specialty? I know they do Irish music. Do you like country music? Is that one of the things you like?
Declan grew up in Ireland, but country music's fairly big there.
It is, okay.
And myself and Chuck Parrish have been playing country music together since the 70s.
Hector was a pup.
Yeah. And so Irish music and country music go hand in hand. But
so let me, Mike in the studio, we need to go a little bit longer, buddy. So, okay, he's good with it. We're good. Okay.
But Devri is actually what you call an Irish pub band. We just do a mixture of, trad, folk, Irish rock, ballads.
We'll let the folks at home hear a little bit from you, Larry. Go ahead. We'll give Pauline a rest for a minute.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead.
He wants you to go ahead.
My goodness.
Do one of yours.
Larry Flint, ladies and gentlemen, from Devri. And he'll be at the Norwood Theater.
This is a song that
March 2nd.
Devri just recorded a new CD called Broad Street. And this is one of the songs that's on it.
All righty. What's the song called?
Junior.
Junior.
Nice song.
Our Junior is crazy, don't pay him no mind. Shouting and shaking his fist. He hangs out round back by the dumpster Joe's, searching for something he's missed. The feud claim his daddy was what stood him wrong. There's less that could call him a saint. And while no one's inclined to go blaming his mom, just right they'll agree Junior ain't. As he sings to himself in the shadows and argues with things that he hears, the next time you cry for a loved one who's gone, remember that Junior's still here. You can't whip a dog from the time it's a pup and hope that it won't leave a mark. Junior, he grew up the best way he knew, and nowadays he sleeps in a park where he sings to himself in the shadows and argues the things that he hears. The next time you cry for a loved one who's gone, remember the junior's still here. The next time you cry for a loved one who's gone, remember the junior's still here.
Very nice.
Larry wrote that.
Composer, musician, singer, songwriter, the whole kit and
Can
caboodle.
drive the truck too.
Actually, I drive the truck.
Yeah. She won't let me.
All right, so go
You
ahead.
know what I forgot to mention?
I don't know what you forgot to mention.
We never talked about the 350th.
It's over.
It is over. You're probably saying, thank God.
And I missed the show. I was out of town when you performed, but folks,
there's a DVD you can buy.
There is a DVD going to be coming out shortly, but with Pauline and Ronan Tynan.
Ronan
So tell the folks, what was it like to perform with Ronan Tynan?
Let me tell you something.
One of the Irish tenors, if you don't know that, folks. Go ahead.
He
Who
is
lives in Milton also.
He's a man who is bigger than life.
I know he's a big man.
He's a big man, but he's bigger than life. He's like no one I've ever met before.
I thought that was Richard.
Yeah. That was 15 years ago, though.
All right, tell us about Ronan.
He is, he's a master, an absolute master at what he does, no matter what it is. I mean, a lot of people don't know, or maybe they do know, that he was a doctor. But the work that he puts into what he does, his singing, is unbelievable.
Is he a perfectionist?
Perfectionist. And I have been lucky enough to have probably 3 or 4 lessons with him.
Okay.
And that's more work than I do in an 8-hour shift, let me tell you.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, he's serious. Right?
It's all business. And obviously you can tell by the way he performs that it's...
So was that quite a thrill to sing with him?
That was unbelievable.
Did he really, like, was he apprehensive? Was it like whipping you into shape before he'd sing with you? Like, I mean, you had to get to a certain level before he'd do it, or he was pretty confident?
He definitely wanted to hear what it was going to sound
He
like.
didn't want you dragging him down.
That's right.
He had more confidence in you than you did.
He did. He did.
Well, that's nice.
Touche. That's exactly how it was. And he would come right up behind me, and he'd put his arm around me, and he'd pull me right in, and just look at me, and it was unbelievable. He's an amazing, amazing, amazing man. So, besides New York,
that was the thrill.
That was, yeah.
So, folks, what we're talking about is Milton just celebrated their 350th anniversary, and as part of that, there was a big event at the Marriott, Quincy, Boston Marriott, and Pauline and Ronan Tynan entertained the crowd.
And Devri?
And Devri, Devri, so you were there, Larry.
Yes.
I was.
Oh, very nice. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the CD. The CD will be ready soon, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I can imagine being given a voice lesson by a man like that. It's sort of like getting painting lessons from Da Vinci or Michelangelo.
I'm telling you, that's how it was.
So what's your dream?
My dream?
Where are we going from here?
I don't know. I mean, when the first thing that popped into my head when you said dream was Molly. So.
Okay, tell us about Molly. What's the dream there?
She's one of a kind. Have you ever met Molly?
I have. Molly is Pauline's daughter.
Yeah, she's 8 years old, and
she's in a bunch of choirs, right?
She is. She's in the Boston Children's Chorus, and she is one of a kind kid. She really is. She's a great kid. She actually was in the first Celtic Crossing when she was two or three, and she played the baran. Had no problem.
Played the what?
Baran.
Oh yeah, that's like the box, folks. Today we played the box, and now we got the baran. What is a baran?
It's an Irish drum, right?
Where'd they get these names?
It's a half a drum.
Oh, it's a half a drum. Why don't they just call it a half a drum?
I don't know.
We call those
It doesn't
barrels.
sound good.
Half a barrel.
No, you hold it from this side, and you take a stick, and you play it like this. And Richie can play it, and Molly plays it very well.
Wow.
She played it in the first. Yep.
Okay, and so was she in some of the others?
She was. She actually sang in a couple of them.
She's in all of them now, right? She can't. You can't have one. Is she in this one in Norwood?
She's not in this one.
Was she disappointed?
Well, we haven't told her yet.
Oh!
Well, now she knows.
Molly.
Well, sorry, Molly.
Well, she's learning her other stuff.
She is. She does Irish step and with the same
group that will be performing.
That's
there?
right, the O'Dwyer School of Irish Dance. They've been wonderful.
Where are they out of?
Right out Hyde Park, right up the street.
Okay.
And they've donated all their time to every show.
Nice.
All the time, so they've been wonderful too.
What's your dream?
My
again?
dream.
I know I know you have a dream for Molly, but what's the dream? Where could you go from here? Where would you like to go from here?
That's a very good
Would
question.
you ever dream of being such, have so much success? Oh, you already having success, but have
actually get paid for it?
Yeah, get paid. Number one, get paid for it, and where you didn't have to be a police officer anymore. Would that be of interest to you? If it was that big, where they said you really can't do both, especially if you were flying all over the country, all the world, and they just said we really can't give you this much time off.
You know, if something like that were to happen, that would be okay as long as I could have fun, as long as it would remain fun and not become a job.
Right.
Because it is, there's nothing like, well, you know, you love music, you know, you love dancing. It's just like dancing.
Right.
If you could do it forever, you would do it forever. And if you can, and you know, I'm my own worst critic. I really am. And
Most people are.
yeah, and but there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it, and you know, to have a band like Devri help me out the way they have.
Have they bailed you out in the past?
Nope.
It's not a bit. It's just they're wonderful friends. They're wonderful people.
And you mesh well.
Yes.
Which is key.
It's key.
They like know where you're going, and you know where they're going.
And they're going to be there. If I need them, they'll be there.
Would it be fair to say that as long as you're singing and raising money for good causes, you feel like you're a success?
Yeah.
Well, you are a success, because what is success anyways, you know what I mean? But you're doing great things, you feel like you're leading a meaningful life, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't need to get paid for it, although I hope it doesn't cost me money. Sometimes that happens too.
You're pretty smart though, you know. You can understand, see, you're a little bit of entrepreneur. You go, wait a minute, I want to ride in that Pan Mass. What can I do? And it changed your life.
Yes.
So because you were thinking of others and wanted a goal of helping others, that in respect has helped you become a different person.
It has. I mean, I think every stage of life that's come, I met Richard, I became a completely different person. Completely different.
Quiet.
Much more quiet than Richard, but I actually talk way more now than I ever have. But, and it's your fault. But, and then had Molly.
Change your life.
Yeah. Everything changes from there. And basically, I don't need to go out on tour or any of that kind of stuff. Just like, that was very good, thank you.
But you are going, you're going to New York soon,
Yeah.
again?
Yep, we're going to do that again, and it's fun, as long as it stays fun. And going to those big venues, Fenway Park was really, really cool, but these shows that we do are much cooler.
What it is, Brian, I've played with many, many people, big, small, large places, whatever. Playing with Pauline is a joy because it's never about her. It's always about the music. It's always about what's going on. So when you say, what are your dreams, it's never going to be her dream to be in a limousine or something. Pauline enjoys doing what she's doing, and it's never about her.
Wow, Larry.
You owe him big time.
I know, huh?
Well, folks, you are getting to know Pauline Wells today a little bit better. And Larry Flint, one of the members of Devri, the band that works with Pauline on many of the gigs that they do. And this has been fascinating to learn about how you get started. And, you know, I think this gives hope to, there are other people that have the same burning desire to sing or dance or whatever it is that they're creative with. But so many people put you down. I remember my dad I thought was a good singer. And, you know, we would have get-togethers and he'd sing the Irish songs and everything and always danced and everything. But I tried to get him to join a choral group, and he says, "Oh no, I can't sing." I said, "What do you mean you can't sing?" He said, and he told me when he was a kid, he was in parochial school, and one of the nuns gave him a shot about his singing, and that impacted him for the rest of his life. And how many times has someone that could have great potential heard someone, even if that person was joking, and it just made them so afraid to step out of their...
You have to be careful what you say to people.
I know, because we can take things so wrong, or we're so worried about.
I mean, I do it all the time.
And I mean, has anyone ever said to you when you were growing up that you can't sing, or come on, get out of here? Or did you ever have that experience?
I can't say that I did.
And it's a
lucky
good thing.
enough.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think I didn't sing a lot when I was younger. And
can you sing Far, Far Away?
I don't even know that song. Wasn't that before my time? I think that was before my time.
What was the first song you sang in Ireland?
Hills of Athenry?
Yeah, Fields of Athenry.
Fields of Athenry. You want to sing it right now?
Sure.
Give us a little Fields of Athenry.
By the lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling, Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now the prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By the lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling, nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they ran me down. Now you must raise a child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By the lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling, as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. For she wished and hoped and prayed for her love on Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Sorry, little frog in my throat there.
I'm sorry I didn't have any water here for you.
It's hard to sit down and sing, too. And I know my head will get cut
I
off.
told her if she stood up, we'd have to cut her head off. So that's pretty draconian for someone standing up. That was absolutely beautiful. Go ahead, you were going to say something.
One more thing, I promise I won't interrupt.
This is your show?
When we were on the, we just came off the cruise of the Irish Stars. We just came off a Caribbean cruise with Andy Cooney. It wasn't, thank God, but they were beside us in Jamaica or Cozumel or something. But and it just reminded me when we sang that song. There was a woman we had done the cruise last year as well. And there was a woman on the ship, and we sang that song, but we sang it as a rock and roll song, fast, which I love. And she came up to me afterwards, and she said, "Do you mind a little criticism?" I said, "No, not at all. You know, I love criticism."
And then did you take a deep breath?
And I did. And she said, "The Fields of Athenry is not meant to be sung fast." And I said, "Okay, thank you very much for, you know, giving me the information." And she was on the cruise this year. I saw her. We sang it slowly like that. And afterwards, she came up to me, and this is what it's all about. She came up to me, and she gave me a patch of her son, who was lost in 9/11. Yes, and a picture. So then I was like, and I mentioned it. We had to do 3 shows that week, and I mentioned it at the second show, and we sang it again. Another woman who was in her group came up to me and gave me a picture of her son who was killed in 9/11. And I was like, I couldn't even speak at that point.
You'll never sing it fast again in your life.
No, never. We probably won't.
Right.
We probably won't. But
because it's a touchstone to her, that song,
yep,
to her son, and to the whole event.
And that was worth it for me. That's it. That's what it's all about.
Is it difficult being around a lot of solemn events? You do have probably a tendency to be at these events that are so...
If you ask my daughter, she says I cry at everything. Commercials, you know.
Well,
whatever.
you know, it's just a sincerity, too. It just flows.
I just don't...
And you've got good training for those things.
I know.
All being in the line of work to you,
So...
Well, thank you very, very much. We need to tell the folks a little bit, again, about the event coming up, because we don't want them to miss this, because I'm telling you, this has been fun. This has been great. Thank you so very much.
Oh, thanks for having us. It was good fun.
know,
Thanks, Larry.
And folks, I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you've got to know Pauline and Larry better. I mean, man, you know, and when you say it's not about Pauline, I believe you, because you can just tell just your whole way about yourself, you know, and that's just that's something hard to come by. You have that gift, and that's a precious
People
thing.
notice it.
It's
People
an
in the audience,
attraction.
they sense it. There's no BS here.
You're right. I believe you. I believe you. Okay, folks, March 2nd, it's going to be a Celtic Crossing. It's going to be at the Norwood Stage Theater,
yep.
downtown Norwood. Hey, Mike, in the studio, can you do me a favor? Can you throw up the poster of the concert and play the radio ad if you could now? Well, and then after that, if you could put some pictures up. And Pauline, when he puts the pictures up, you can say a little bit if you want,
sure,
as he runs some of the pictures. So he's going to play the ad now.
Saturday, March 2nd, join Pauline Wells with Devri, special guest Patsy Whalen, and a brilliant cast of singers and dancers to kick off a celebration of Boston's Irish heritage and St. Patrick's Day at the newly reopened Norwood Theater. Celtic Crossing 2013 promises to be a marvelous occasion for a very worthy cause, honoring many children affected by cancer and offering tributes to the children of Newtown, Connecticut, and masterful Irish fiddler Larry Reynolds. Hosted by our Matt O'Donnell. Tickets are $25 at norwoodstage.com.
Oh, we're back. There was only 30-second ad. So, well, I'll get Mikey, throw some of the pictures up on the screen if you could. There's some pictures. Can we go full? There we go. Okay.
That's at Mr. Dooley's in Boston. It's their main Irish pub that they play at, the best pub in Boston.
Declan Houghton in the middle.
And Chuck Parrish on the other side, on the right. That is, I believe, the Wilbur Theater. Practice before one of our performances that we had there. That's Caroline O'Shea on the left, Larry with the red.
She looks familiar.
She's actually unbelievable.
Well, I might hear on March 2nd.
You will.
Very, very good.
There is also the Wilbur Theater.
And that's a New York pipe
That's
band,
the
right?
NYPD Pipes and Drums, who are unbelievable.
Are they better than Boston?
I'm not going to comment on that.
I was trying to set you up big time.
They are phenomenal. They also have a rock and roll band that plays with them. Unbelievable.
Okay.
And they're great people.
Yes.
There's Ronan.
There
you are in uniform?
That was in New York the night of that performance I spoke of.
Now that uniform, is that what they call the dress uniform for your...
It's not. It's the Honor Guard uniform.
Honor Guard,
I'm in the Honor Guard.
Gotcha, okay.
It's a ceremonial unit that does parades, funerals, etc.
You haven't done any funerals, have you?
We've done a few.
A few. Hey, well, you got the whole choir behind you here.
That is the, oh, forgive me, what is their,
The Mormon Tabernacle
no,
Choir?
it's
No,
not.
Is
My
that the
husband
Boston
will kill
one?
me. It's
the
the Boston.
Yeah, the Boston Gospel Singers. Is that what it is?
Nope, Boston Black Choir. Boston, oh, my husband's going to kill me.
That's all right. He's not here, so you can...
But if anybody recognizes them, anyway, they helped us on a Wilbur Theater performance. That is the...
The parade in Southie?
Nope, that is in Dorchester on...
Adams Corner.
Adams Corner for the...
outside the Erie Pub?
Outside the Erie Pub. What's the October holiday?
Oktoberfest.
No.
Columbus
Columbus Day,
Day,
thank you. That's a Columbus Day Irish festival in Adams Corner.
All right.
My husband's going to kill me. That is...
the 350th?
Nope, that's the Celtic Crossing. That's at the Milton High School.
Okay.
Yep, Milton High School. That's us.
That's us. Okay. I guess that's it.
I guess that's it.
Okay, folks. Well, thank you for joining us. It's been another wonderful edition of Talk of the Town with Pauline Wells.
Thanks for having me.
And Larry Flint
Sorry for the
from
sweaty
Devri. And folks, don't forget to join them
March 2nd
in Norwood. And I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot more of them in the future because Pauline's like the ever-ready battery. She just never quits.
Hey, we always do the gazebo, too, every summer.
And the summer, there was a picture with the gazebo. I saw that earlier. Okay, the gazebo, that's right. So man, we're pretty fortunate here in Milton. A lot of talent in this town. What a country, huh?
Yeah, what a country.
Okay, folks, thank you again for watching Talk of the Town, and we'll see you again soon.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
I heard a young girl calling, Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now the prison ship